Well, you said something earlier. You said falling in love and how we talk about that term all the time. And I always thought it's kind of a choice in getting to know that person. So the falling seems kind of weird to me. Why we say that all the time?
I know. When you fall in love, you have fallen in infatuation. You've fallen really kind of like out of your mind. Because you see somebody that you just like, the sun sets in there and rises in them, and what you really wind up doing is you check out, because all you're doing is looking at all the good, and love is blind when you're infatuated. You can't see anything wrong. I like to tell people you're out of your mind. But now infatuation is good. That's that great feeling you get when you fall in love. It's a high you can't explain. And people are looking for that when they've been married 20 and 30 years ago. I don't feel in love anymore. You don't feel infatuation. That's all it is. You choose to love. And you make a choice to love, and then find that infatuation again by dating and doing things together, finding out what makes each other happy. Think positive thoughts, think loving thoughts. You will again feel that love again. You will feel. I've been married 10 years to this awesome man, and we are still in our honeymoon.
26 and still in honeymoon.
Yeah. You choose that.
I choose to find the good and always think positive of him.
I tell my daughter that, because she'll say, how come you guys are still, chasing each other and kissing and loving and everything? And I said, because somewhere along the way in our marriage, we talk about this. We don't know when we made this decision separately that we were going to concentrate on the good things about each other, because you can concentrate on the bad, and it can be, and it can just be for you all the time. But when you start concentrating on the good things about them, then all of a sudden those other things. But you have to admit, even in a great healthy marriage, you have to take that thought captive.
You do.
That's negative, and bring it to Christ and let go of it, because it can become such like a sore that it just festers. And so that's one of the things that I always try to tell people is you try to look for the great things that you fell in love with and concentrate on that, and then you communicate. You start to talk about, maybe I was really upset that this happened, but I don't, and maybe it's I misunderstood you. Because if Gordon ever have a disagreement, it's usually because of a misunderstanding in the communication or the body language. Right. But when you start thinking about, well, maybe he had a really bad day. Maybe he didn't mean to snap at me like that. So I'm going to give him his space, but I'm also going to go talk to him about it later.
I'm glad you brought that up, because as I said, I tend to be very positive, but there are times in your relationship where you have to, you might think negative, and you do need to take captive of it. If it's reoccurring a lot, then you need to have those conversations with your spouse. This is happening, and I don't like the way it makes me feel.
Putting it on yourself. And
right. Not what you do, but I don't like how this makes me feel. Can you help us figure out another solution, another way?
Does timing and place matter when you're talking about things like that?
Yes, ma'am. Timing
is there a
is
room
golden.
where you don't talk about that?
Yes, ma'am. But you only know that yourself.
Yes.
Okay? But you do. We should be wise. God tells us to be wise and be aware of those precious timings. And you pick that timing. You study other women who are successful with their men. Figure out what they did. And find something that fits you. Like the story of Esther. What incredible timing did she have?
Oh, goodness.
If she had went any sooner or later, the timing would have been off. He wouldn't have let her come into the courtroom or into his presence. So yeah, timing is very important.
So you have so many great nuggets here. and your message is so positive. What would you like to leave with our viewers today that would give them maybe a step closer to a better relationship, whether it be for them personally or for them with their spouse? I mean, because everybody's different, but there are probably some things that you've learned over the years of helping people in marriage counseling.
It's very simple, and God said it first. Love God, love yourself, and love your spouse. That is how you will have a successful relationship. God knows what he's talking about. You know, Jesus said the greatest commandments are to love God with all your heart, mind, and soul, and to love your neighbor as yourself. That's how you do it. And whatever that is, to do that, whatever it takes for you to love yourself, love your spouse, and love God, that's what you need to do.
So what venues do you use to help people have a strong, healthy, happy marriage?
Well, actually, I see one-on-one. I do one-on-one coaching, and I actually have online programs where if someone lives in a different state or too far away, I can help them with their coaching through telephone calls, through email and Skype. I'm actually doing workshops now that'll be local in North Georgia, and I'm excited about that. I also have the Great Big Life radio show, which is on Wednesdays. You can listen online at WIMO radio.com at 11 o'clock on Wednesdays. And I'd love for you to listen because it's all about relationships.
Oh, okay. Do you have a website?
Yes, and the website is Happy Marriage For Us. That's the number 4, happymarriageforus.com.
Well, Debbie, we really appreciate you taking this time to be with us, and I just feel like I need to go have a date with my husband.
Yes.
I just do.
I'm
I know
so
about you.
encouraged.
You're
I'm like, I'm
ready for
ready.
some
Let's
romance
do it.
tonight. So we
Let's
thank
do
you for
this.
coming, and thank you for being with us at God's Girls at Work.
Thank you.
To learn more about how you can partner with this cutting-edge organization, contact us at www.gabbingirls.com.